Disclaimer: this story is a work of fiction written and created by Kos Moagi. The characters, events, places, and situations in this story are not based on a true story. Any resemblance to real people, living or dead, is purely coincidental. This story was written for entertainment, motivation, teaching, and spreading awareness about gender-based violence, GBV, including the abuse of women and children in society. The purpose of this story is to educate, inspire, and encourage people to stand against abuse, violence, pain, and injustice. All stories written under my name are original creations written by me. Written by Kos Moagi, from Luca Rustenberg. The Tears of Mother. Written by Kos Moagi, from Luca Rustenberg. In the dusty village of Kuruman in the Northern Cape, where dry winds moved slowly across the open fields and poverty lived in almost every corner, a little girl named Tato Rose was born into a struggling family. She was born during a cold winter night inside a small shack made of rusty zinc sheets and old wood. Rain leaked through the roof whenever storms came, and during summer, the heat inside the house became unbearable. Tato was the second-born child in a family of 4 siblings. Their parents were both loving people, but life was cruel to them. Her father worked temporary jobs at nearby farms, while her mother sold vegetables and handmade baskets in the streets of Kuruman. They survived day by day, sometimes sleeping hungry, sometimes sharing 1 loaf of bread among 6 people. Despite the hardship, Tato's mother always taught her children to respect people, pray to God, and never lose hope. "My child," her mother would often say while holding her close at night, "poverty is not a curse. It is only a season. One day, God will open doors for you." Those words stayed in Tato's heart. Unfortunately, suffering visited the family too early. When Tato was still very young, her father became sick and passed away. The burden of raising 4 children fell entirely on their mother. Life became harder than before. Tato's mother worked tirelessly to feed the children. Sometimes she washed clothes for wealthy families. Sometimes she carried heavy buckets of water for neighbors in exchange for mealie meal. But even with all her sacrifices, the family still struggled. One evening, after returning from work exhausted, Tato's mother collapsed inside the house. The neighbors rushed her to the clinic, but she never returned alive. The children cried bitterly. Tato felt like the world had ended. Now orphaned, the 4 children were left under the care of their elderly grandmother, who was already weak and sickly. The old woman loved her grandchildren deeply, but she had no money and little strength. Still, she raised them with discipline, prayer, and kindness. The family survived through social grants, donations from churches, and help from neighbors. Many nights, Tato slept hungry, listening to her younger siblings crying for food. Those painful memories shaped her heart. From a young age, she learned how to cook, clean, fetch water, and care for her younger siblings. She became like a second mother in the house. Though life was painful, Tato remained humble, respectful, and beautiful in spirit. Nobody knew that one day her tears would become the testimony of survival. Far away in Rustenburg, in a place called Luca near Phokeng, another child was growing up under different circumstances. His name was Thabo Nsimane. Unlike Tato, Thabo grew up in a financially stable family. His father owned taxis, and was respected in the community. People admired the Nsimane family because they had money, property, and influence. But behind closed doors, darkness lived inside the house. Tabo's father was harsh, controlling, and abusive. He treated his wife, Tando Nsimane, with cruelty. Sometimes he insulted her in front of the children. Sometimes he beat her for small misunderstandings. Young Tabo witnessed everything. He watched his mother cry silently at night. He watched her cover bruises with scarves. He watched her suffer in silence because she feared losing her home. Tando was a soft-spoken woman who loved her children deeply. Despite the abuse, she tried her best to raise them with love. "Never become a cruel man," she once told Tabo. "A woman's tears can destroy generations." Tabo never forgot those words. Unfortunately, years of abuse affected Tando's health. Stress and emotional pain weakened her body until she developed severe low blood pressure. One painful morning, she collapsed.